Today I will be talking to you about this product, the Hollyland Mars 400S Pro. Hollyland did send me this product, but they're not telling me what to say about it, and they are not sponsoring this video, but this video has a sponsor, and that is Skillshare. But I'll talk more about Skillshare a little bit later in the video. So you might be wondering what the Hollyland Mars 400S Pro is, and it is a video wireless transmission system that allows you to transmit video that you're capturing on your camera onto another monitor without any cables, hence a wireless transmission system. So what this does is, if you have your main camera that is shooting your talent, you can put this on the camera, connect to it via HDMI, and then transmit that signal that your camera is capturing onto another monitor where you've connected the receiver on there. So it's going to transmit the clip or the footage that the main camera is seeing onto the receiver, which is also going to now project that signal that it's capturing from your main camera onto the monitor. This is my Atomos screen. It is showing me everything that is happening on the Canon R5. I don't need to be close to a videographer to see what's going on. So I can move this all around. So I can like carry this and move into a corner somewhere. As you can see, videographer is still in the corner, and I have moved all the way here so I can just monitor exactly what's going on and make changes, all of that. So let me show you the rig real quick. I have this clamp that I use for one of my shoots. If you haven't seen the video, I might link it so you see that, and I'm just DIYing it to hold my Hollyland Mars 400S Pro, and that is connected to the Atomos. I'm just using the Atomos to monitor. So if I just go down on the ISO, this is the scene, this is how we've set it up. But Holyland also has an app that you can install onto your iOS or Android devices, and you can use those devices as monitors. The good thing about this is, if you're having a production, for example, and you only have this one transmitter and receiver system, if there are other people on set, like clients who want to see exactly what you're shooting, then this Holyland app comes in clutch, because you can just ask them to download the app, and then you can just monitor it right where they are on their device that they're comfortable with. And this is very important if you want to improve on the service that you're rendering to clients. So it's also going to increase your success rate, because the clients can see exactly what you're shooting, and if there's something that they need corrected, if there's something that they need you to reshoot, you can do that right there and then, instead of like ending the day capturing all the footage that you need, and then you go back and then you're like, yeah, I'm not too sure about this, I'm not too sure about that. Or maybe just dedicate your second monitor to your focus puller, who can now just see what you're shooting and then pull focus accordingly. Another cool thing about the Hollyland Mars 400S Pro is, because it's a wireless transmission system, you can also live stream with this system. So what you can do is, if you have several of these, if it's an event, for example, you can connect all these different transmission systems onto different cameras, maybe 2, 3, 4. I don't know how many cameras you'll be using to capture your event, and then all of these can be, transferred onto your video mixer. So you're going to have all of that feed transmitted wirelessly, so you're not going to be limited by cables or whatever the case may be, and all of that is going to be transmitted all the way onto the receiver end, and then that is also going to be connected to the mixer, and then your mixing guy can now choose which clip to show at what point in time during the live stream. So I did something. I typed in video transmitter inside B&H just to see what I'm going to be recommended with, and as soon as I did that, the #1 top seller on B&H is actually the Hollyland Mars 400S Pro, and it's priced at $649. So in case you want to get it, I'm going to put a link down below, and then you can get that. But then what we're going to do is just put this wireless transmission system to the test, because on the box they've written 400 feet, so I'm sure, and this is going to be with line of sight. So I'm in my house right now, it's a story building. I've rigged this thing up right here. So this is my Atomos, and then this is my phone. I'm actually going to launch the Holyland app on the phone and do the same thing, use the HDMI connections onto the Atomos, and then I'm just going to set like a little scene here that we can both monitor. And I'm going to use my other camera, actually the camera I'm filming with, to record the monitors, like my phone and the Atomos, and then we'll see if there's going to be any lag, any delays, whatever the case may be, we're all going to find that out together. I have my iPhone connected right here with the HolyView app, and on the right hand side we have my Atomos, which is connected to the transmitter over here. So this is my Canon R5. As you can see, that is the screen. If only it can focus. All right, so that's the screen. It's basically just filming what is going on over here. And I have the Hollyland Mars 400S transmitter on here, and I have rigged this thing over here. So this is just my hand holding this whole rig setup, and we have the iPhone using the Holyland View app, and then we have the Atomos connected to HDMI using the receiver. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start backing away, and hopefully we can see how this performs. So now I'm just walking backwards outside my house. All right, as you can see, we still have a very good transmission. And I'm going to go down the stairs as well. So this is going to be a very crude test. I'm upstairs and I'm walking downstairs, but my internet in the house does not come all the way upstairs. And so I knew that this HolyView app might disconnect, but I still wanted to test it out. And as you can see, as I began to descend the second stairs going down, that is when the connectivity on the app just went off. But then the Atomos using the receiver was still working, but when I turned around and just wanted to see if it's going to pick up, then the Atomos also disconnected. So I just walked back into the living room and I'm just still walking around, and I noticed that the phone might have connected to the house Wi-Fi. That's another reason why it may not have picked back up on the HolyView. So I turned around and I decided to just walk back upstairs and see if it's going to pick up, but then the phone itself also went off. The screen went off, so I wasn't able to get connection. But still using the receiver in the Atomos, as you can see, going up the stairs where the structures are a little bit complex, it just disconnects briefly, but it's able to pick up the signal very, very fast. So what I also decided to do as I walked back into the set was just to bring everything back down into the living room. I did the same setup, and then I just decided to turn the app back on, reconnect, and then just walk outside and see if we're going to have any connectivity issues, because my internet, the house internet, works well even when you're outside. So I used the same principle, and then I knew that the HolyView app isn't really going to suffer. And even though there's a wall between like outside and indoors, obviously the app still did not disconnect. And so I do believe that the connectivity is really strong. Even though I didn't walk like a 400 feet distance, there was a wall between and it's still connected and it still worked well. I just went around a little bit and the connectivity was there on the app and the Atomos. So I think connectivity is really not going to be an issue. It works very well. I'm currently doing research and learning as much as I can about filmmaking, and thank goodness I have Skillshare to help me find tailor-made classes easily. If you don't know about Skillshare, let me tell you what they are all about. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creatives and creators like us. For example, before planning this short commercial that you're about to see, I created a short list and shared with my friend Ellie, who was going to shoot the project with me. I learned all about short lists through Skillshare in a class called Cinematography Basics, Understanding Filmmaking Style by Zach Mulligan. It is a 29-minute class, but I really got to understand the importance of having or using a short list, and it's really impacted the way this project turned out. To be honest, I now feel having a short list is a cheat code to producing a successful film project of any scale. Sometimes when you look at Hollywood or big agencies and their big productions, from equipment to budget, it can be very daunting, or you just might feel you cannot produce great work as a solo or indie filmmaker. But what really inspired me the most to take on this project was a class called Low Budget Filmmaking, Tips and Tricks for an Indie Look by Matty Brown. And he says the most important thing is to just go out and create. That is how you will learn about filming and editing. It's all about how all these different layers create a single emotion through the story. Interesting enough, he does not even care about the equipment and lens that he uses or even the camera settings. There are so many inspiring classes and so many different topics on Skillshare that I believe no matter what your field is, whether graphic design, music, creative writing, or you want classes on marketing, which every creative needs by the way, or even productivity, trust me, there is a class for you. Skillshare understands that you want to learn, so there are absolutely no ads on the platform, and this allows you to stay focused and follow wherever your creativity takes you. So honestly, my friends, if you are interested in joining Skillshare and becoming a member, then head on into my description box and use my special link, because the first 1,000 of you who click on the link get an amazing 1-month free trial of Skillshare, and after that, it is super cheap to maintain the premium membership. Thank you Skillshare for making this possible. It looks like a mess from this angle, but everything is making sense when you see it through the view. So we have how many lights going on? 3 lights. We have 1 light coming out from here. That is the Aperture 300D. I don't know if you can see it, that's it right there. That is creating all these, you know, textured lines that I absolutely love. And then we are filling her face with the Ambitful FL80 RGB light. Currently it's just on a white light. And we have the Ambitful LED 60C going through the screen just to, you know, open up any shadows and make the image look soft. So this is what we're doing right now. And then in the back, it also looks messy, but in a frame, you're not going to see all of that. But the interesting thing going on here is we just added this lamp, you know, just to add a little bit of light onto the Coke bottles. And then we have this light just adding a little bit of interest as a practical light for our backdrop. So looking at the set, this is it. This is going to be our first frame. What we're going to do is take the wide shot that I showed you guys. So the wide shot like this, and then we'll just cut to a close-up of her, you know, doing something with her Coke. So this is it. We can actually just start shooting, and then we'll move on to the next set. 3, 2, 1, action. Yeah, that was nice. That laughter was nice. Action.
Why is she smiling at the Coke like that?
Yeah, that's it.
Same frame like this?
Yes. Can you go even tighter?
Okay.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, so what you did right now, so just giggle, laugh, look at the bottle. Let's do that. 3. Can your hands go a little bit higher, or should we pad you so you go higher? Because now your right hand is looking darker. Yeah. Should we pad her up so she goes up a little bit?
Upwards, because for this shot.
Yeah, I think this is good. So just bring the bottle a little bit lower, Yes. Even though your face is not showing, we still want you to look at the bottle. Okay, all right, cool. And also smile. And Ellie, can you just pan up a little bit? Yeah, so at least we can see her lips. Yeah. No, so pan up, yeah, perfect, right there. Let's do one more.
Unusual.
Yeah, 3. Bring the bottle a little bit lower. Yes. And rotate the bottle no, the other way. Rotate it right there. So keep it that way. So hold it in a more comfortable way, but perfect.
Okay.
Yes. So 3, 2, 1, action. We want the smiles. Perfect. Look at the bottle. Awesome. Yeah, right there. To be honest, using the Hollyland Mars 400S Pro video transmission system on this production really made me feel like a very important person. And you know, I was just relaxing behind the Atomos, making sure that the shots were looking exactly as I wanted. This was not a very technical shoot. We were just basically having fun. So even though he was filming with the Canon R5, we did not even shoot in log where we'll come back and post-process. We just decided to shoot in 1080p, 60 frames, and also just shoot using the regular picture profile. We did not shoot in log, and we were just basically just having fun, experimenting with lighting and just capturing different frames and seeing if we can come up with a very nice looking video. 3, 2, 1, action. Gulp it. Yes. So guys, right now we are outside and we're like, this is another scene that we're supposed to be filming, right? So let me just walk you through what we are doing. So we have our main light, which is the Aperture 300D, and going through the screen, lighting up our subject. And then we have this reflector right here, which is looking all white in the video currently, but it's supposed to just bounce some light back. And that's the reason is because we're doing like a tighter shot this time. We don't want to see so much going on. So if I just come to the back of the camera, you can see that this is what we're working with. So this is the frame that we're working with. I still have my rig here so that I can see exactly what's happening with this monitor off to the side, and I don't have to interrupt my videographer as he's shooting. So this is what we're doing. She's just going to be smiling, holding the Coke, and yeah, that's the scene for this outdoor shot. 3, 2, 1, and action. Alright, so for our last set, unfortunately, I do not have like a behind the scenes because we didn't have a lot of people on set helping us. It was just me and the models and also my friend Ellie. So for these last scenes, it was in the evening and we just decided to go to the beach, give the girls a couple of Coke bottles to hold, and then just run along the beach, you know, basically just have fun, like just 2 girls at the beach having fun, enjoying their Coke, that kind of thing. We just captured different takes and then, you know, just picked up the one that worked best. But we also shot till a little bit late, and what I used was these 2 strip lights by Ambitful to light up my subject. So that's basically what we did, and I really enjoyed what we were able to capture and the fun that we had on this set as well. When you open the box, you are greeted with a manual and an after sales card. That's cute. Looking at the way that they feel, it's something that I think is actually really going to last a long time. So this is everything that comes out of the box. We have our transmitter, receiver, 5 antennas, and then we have a power brick. Taking a closer look at the product, you can see you have your SDI in case you want to use the SDI connection. And then behind it, we have even more things to look at. So this is where your battery goes. And then if you have a Type-C that you want to use to power the device, you can plug that in right here. You have the same options even on the receiver. So you have your HDMI out, you have your USB port, you have the on and off switch, you have the SDI out, and you have the option to power this with the NPF style batteries. And then you have your DC connector over here as well. Then in the front, you have your Holyland logo, the text over here that says receiver, and then you also have this color coded blue and a couple of buttons here, including the screen just to see the menu or navigate through using these buttons over here. Now on the top, just like on the transmitter, we have our antennas. So I'm just going to put that on, and Holyland gives us 5 antennas. So 2 on each of the devices, and then 1 is going to be a spare. I have connected some batteries to the transmitter and to the receiver. I'm just going to quickly turn it on. And the same thing here. As you can see right now, it says there's no video because obviously I haven't connected it to a camera yet, but let's see what happens. The transmitter now says channel 5, and I'm sure the receiver is also going to scan and also search for the same. As you can see, it found channel 5, and right now the 2 of them are paired. But underneath, you see it says no video, and that is because I haven't connected this to my camera yet. This is it. We've come to the end of this video. I had so much fun producing this content for you guys, and I hope you also enjoyed it. But To conclude, I really feel that this Hollyland Mars 400S Pro video transmission system is something that can help elevate your work. So if you're shooting a video for a client, you can just have them download the app and then they can be a part of the shooting process. You know, just involving your clients in things like that just helps elevate your work and makes them feel like they're part of the production, and clients really want that these days. Also, I feel like there are so many other uses for this, especially having the app on the phone and taking pictures. For example, you know, when I'm doing my behind the scenes, I want you guys to be a part of it, and so I am recording my screen onto the Atomos, but the Atomos is heavy and it becomes a bit of a cumbersome process. But I didn't really feel so much weight using this Hollyland Mars 400S Pro video transmission system. So what I'm thinking of doing is I'm actually going to do a photo shoot with it, where I would rather screen record on my phone or even on the Atomos, but that is going to be set aside and then I can just freely, you know, shoot with the camera. I feel this is going to be like another add-on. So even though I'm going to be using it for future YouTube videos, I will also be using it in my productions for clients as well. So yeah, this is a very durable product. I think is really going to come in handy if you have it. So if you want to get it, just use the link down below to get it. I'll catch you guys in the next video, and remember, don't ever give up.